We've got a new trend to try and normalize deviant behavior. It's creating categories for the people that don't want to operate within the male and female categories. The latest proponent of this absolutely ridiculous, preposterous idea is Marvel's She-Hulk actress Jameela Jamil. She suggests that they give quote-unquote non-binary people their own category. This is what she had to say on Instagram. She said, just asking, would it not be better to give non-binary people their own category rather than open the door for Hollywood to completely shut out women, given the known disproportionate amount of men versus women winning at awards shows? So this is clearly trying to normalize this disordered and deviant behavior and make it seen as something acceptable. This is absolutely wrong. This should be rejected. We should not be creating awards categories for these people that reject the God's created male and female. It's utterly ridiculous. And honestly, if you actually buy into this crap, you are ceding ground to these people. You are ceding ground to the lie that you can somehow be non-binary, which is impossible. There is no such thing. To even try and contemplate it makes your mind just kind of go bah, kaput. Because it just doesn't make any sense when you actually try and think about it. It's just an absurd notion. Anyway, she says, if we now have enough non-binary talent to restructure entire award shows, which is great, then we should add rather than run the accidental risk of erasing. No, I say this as an audience member because I'm not going to be nominated for an Oscar anyway. Obviously, LOL, I have no horse in this race. She clearly has a horse in the race because she's advocating for a non-binary awards category. Utterly ridiculous. She's trying to get some kind of SJW social woke points when, as I said earlier, this should be rejected outright because, again, it is trying to normalize this disordered behavior. Nevertheless, she goes on and says, it is a shame that this disparity exists in the first place. No, it is not. I'm not sure. Maybe she's talking about men versus women, but I don't see why that disparity would exist in the first place. They already have male and female categories, so I'm not really sure what exactly she's talking about. Maybe when she's talking about best director, well, maybe the female should start making better movies. And we have seen female directors actually win a bunch of movies recently in the Oscars. So again, not really sure what she's actually talking about there. She says it is blatant and it makes the news every year within award shows, except for the years when the women win all the awards and everyone memory holds it until the next time when a man wins an award. Can you lie any less? Seriously, or lie anymore? I guess is the proper phrase there. She goes on and says, I've learned during my 18 years working within activism. See there, she's not even saying she's an actress. I've learned during my 18 years working within activism. I mean, these people aren't even hiding the fact that they're not actors and actresses anymore. They're literally just whack job activists trying to push the most disordered thing that they can absolutely imagine on the populace here. It's just ridiculous. She says that while some backlash is inevitable and indeed helpful, some of it only muddies the waters and slows down progress. Well, I think if we're progressing towards complete and utter degeneracy, I think we should wind the clock back a whole lot. Because that really seems like where we're going. And usually when you progress so much that you get utterly destroyed, maybe you don't want to do that. Because progress, in her sense, usually leads to destruction. Time and time again, there's plenty of examples of this. One can look at the Soviet Union. One can look at Rome. I mean, one can look at the Greek city-states. One can look at the Italian city-states. I mean, lots and lots and lots of examples of this. She goes on and says, I feel as though we will see a growing ire from women who get shut out of award opportunities. Again, not me. I'm frankly not talented enough to care about this from that place because we have created only one spot for a winner amongst tens of thousands of actors in a world that favors men. I don't know what world she's living in anymore. Has she looked around and smelled the roses lately? Seriously. Is she walking around like a horse in New York City with blinders on? So she only sees this tunnel that she's being shown by the driver? Come on. She goes on and says, I don't think it will help women or non-binary people to minimize the amount of possible winners. We should look to expand the possibilities so that both, I don't even know what that term is, GNC people and women have a fair shot in an industry that has for a long time struggled to treat others equals to men. I mean, this is just absolutely one of the stupidest things I've ever read. Oh, woe is me. I'm so oppressed. in a society that literally favors women for the most part in the law now. I mean, come on. Finally, she says, I was terrified of even writing something as benign as that in this current climate of social politics, but it appears a lot of you agree. Maybe her own followers agree because she's created an echo chamber around her, but I would wager most normal people, most people in the general populace out there do not agree whatsoever. She says, thank you for taking my best intention to heart and for giving me the benefit of the doubt. I want everyone to win. To build the world we want, we have to work incrementally with the world we actually have first. If we leapfrog progress with utopian ideals that ignore current proven systems, we will collapse everything we are working towards. I don't think that that's going to work anyways, because your progress is towards destruction, as I said earlier. I mean, this is one of the dumbest things I think I've ever read out here, and I'm sick and tired of these people pushing this stuff, because again, they're trying to normalize this deviant and disordered behavior, and you have to absolutely say, no, this is wrong, we reject this, and this is not how we are going to operate.